Hello and welcome back to Danielle's Desk. Yes, we do have Halloween decorations. Don't worry about her. We're here to talk about Sterling Ink and helping me pick my planners for 2026. So I don't know what part this is. Is this part 3? I think this is part 3. It could be part 4, but I will have all of them listed below. We've been doing this series kind of testing out, flipping through, talking about all of planners for 2026. We've been kind of like testing 2025 planners out to know or get an idea of what the 2026 planners look like, if that makes sense. So we are going to flip through the planners that I do have, and then we're going to talk about what's approaching for 2026 for Sterling Ink, because she has been doing so many reveals this week. She started out, I believe, on the 5th, and it just keeps coming. It just keeps coming. And I am super excited about what I've seen so far. So I have been using Sterling Ink since last year. I think that was when I started using Sterling Ink, and I used it part of this year, like up until I think the summertime is when I stopped using it. So I'm quite familiar with their planners, and I've used quite a lot of sizes. I just don't have like the pockets and all of those, but I have B6, B5, A5, and weeks. So let's talk about them. Let's start with Sterling Ink's largest planner, which I believe it is the B5 Common Planner. And more shops I'm seeing that are coming out with the B5 planner. I do have a couple of videos where I've shown these on here, but I'm going to flip through and I'm going to move my little ghosty so we can have some more room, because this is a larger planner. So here with the B5, you have your calendar at a glance, I guess, your year at a glance. I guess you can say that. And then she has a goals breakdown page. And then I use these for my weight tracking. I had started doing my weight tracking in here along with here. I use these as like a goals page here. And I didn't continue or anything because I stopped using this planner because this was more of a fun planner. And so I didn't have like a lot of time to like dedicate, but I do love this planner quite a bit. I know for a fact that I wouldn't go back to it because I don't have room for it in what I'm thinking I'm going to be using for 2026. Like I don't have room for it in my lineup. But if I ever quit my job and wasn't in school, then I could do this planner essentially, which is kind of crazy, but I love it. I loved playing around with it. I think that it would work as a good secondary, like say for instance, Paper Test Designs did not have a manager's notebook B5. This would be my work planner. I truly believe it would be my work planner. It has the big boxes that I like. All the monthlies are at the very beginning. So as you can see, I'm still flipping through monthly pages. And then you go into the hourly, which is very similar to like the Paper Test. So that's why I said that if I didn't have that manager's notebook and that for some reason went away, this would be next on the list with a work planner because it is the perfect size. My work planner is the only planner that I want a larger size. It has to be at least an A5 or above. So of course the B5 is the largest planner. So anyway, and then in the back, I kind of did the little monthlies, these little B6. I started out with doing that, but I hate that this planner kind of went to waste. It wasn't cheap. You get a ton of grid pages that are in the back. But again, this was a fun planner. It was meant for me to use my icon stickers. As you can see, if you need just an idea of a layout, this is how I did the layout. It was just fun. I did a couple of videos with it. I used icons and stickers that I hadn't used in a while, but just unfortunately, I just didn't have room for it. But this is an option, and when I looked at the lineup video, B5 is still in the lineup. But I'm not sure on colors. This is what, caramel, I think it is. So that's one of the colors. So I'm not sure if it's, you know, going to be in that magenta color or anything like that. So next up, I have two B5s. I'm sorry, not B5s. I'm saying B5s. I have two A5s here. One is a common planner and one is just a notebook. As far as I'm aware, she is still carrying over both of these with the gilded edges in the same colors. So I know caramel, black. They have a blue color too. I didn't pull that one out. I don't even know where that one is. I just thought about that. I don't know where that planner is. It's got to be somewhere around here. Just don't know where that planner is. Okay. But anyway, so I use this for my academic. I use this just to put notes. I have a few notes and things like this, but it's just all grid. It's just all grid. So if you need notes for something like that, I was just taking random notes. Like when I was reading books for weight loss, there's some things like that in the front. So that's what I was using this one for. And this one I was using for academics. So I'll just turn to just a blank page just so you can kind of see how it looks. But this is the weekly, so it's just it's a smaller version of the B5 essentially. That all your monthlies and everything is going to be in the front. So same thing as the B5, and here it's the same thing with your year at a glance. And then you have your goals page. So if B5 is like way too much for you, then this may work. So I can tell you that I would not continue this as my academic. So I'm currently using Paper Tess designs, and I'm using her B6, and the layout is a horizontal layout with grid pages in between the weeks. Absolutely love that because it allows me to do notes. So the hourly layout that's here would not be, I don't need to do an hourly for academics. Like, I don't physically go to a classroom. I'm online, you know, I get my master's degree online. So I don't need an hourly. You know, I need something where I can make lists and tasks for each day, and a horizontal works well for me in that way. So I can tell you that I would not, if I did go, if let's say Paper Tess just went away for academics, then I would look at a horizontal layout somewhere, because it has to be a horizontal layout. But it's just a smaller version of the B5. So those are the two options for A5. And then there's also a B6. I don't have a B6 size for Sterling ink. I just had the A5. But this is a 5-year diary. I can't open it up, but it's a 5-year diary. And highly recommend that. It obviously I'm not purchasing one because I still have it. But this is how it looks, and you do your years right here. The spaces are rather small, unfortunately. I find myself trying to cram really small into here. You know, sometimes I just overlap and I'll just say the heck with it. But they do offer a 5-year diary, and I want to say out of the larger well-known companies, she's the only one that carries a 5-year diary. Correct me if I'm wrong down below, but she is the one. I have this one in the caramel, and I also have it in that blue color. I forgot. I don't know where that one is, but I have it in that blue color. I discontinued that one because I wrote a lot about my father, and about the grief. And I just kind of wanted to separate that 5-year from this one. So, but I do have the 5-year, and I won't have to purchase another one because hence it's, 5 years. Then lastly, amongst all of this is my absolute favorite size in the Common Planner, and that is the N2. That is the horizontal layout. And this is in the weeks. That she calls it N2, but this is how it's a horizontal, which I really like, where I can list and make tasks, and then you have this page which you can just kind of make it your own. I love that. And then at the front again is all of your monthlies are at the front. And then you have, just the same things as I showed you have in the front. Now, I stopped using this to test out Tanya Plans B6, which is listed below if you want to see that one, and also Paper Test. So because I had been using this for so long, I knew what it had to offer, if that makes sense. And so I said the second half of the year that I'll be testing out other planners and whatnot. And so I discontinued this one. But if I hadn't been on this journey with testing out, I would have continued to use this. I absolutely love the color on this one. It is beautiful. I think it's magenta, and as far as I know that it is still continuing on. But I absolutely love, I'm sorry if you hear my iPad is right next to me, the phone ringing. That's my kids. I didn't tell them that I was filming. Normally I make an announcement, everybody in a family group chat, I'm filming, don't call me, leave me alone. Forgot to do that. So you may hear that a couple of times because they're realizing I'm declining the call. So anyway, but this is my absolute favorite, and this is a contender. And I'm continuously, watching her reveal reels that she's doing on Instagram and whatnot. So let's talk about what she has to offer. And so I'm gonna see if I can put this in the screen without it actually having a glare. It's gonna have a glare, so we're just gonna talk about it off screen. But she talks about so far we've seen inserts. So this time she has inserts in daily, weekly, and monthly. Everybody is very excited about that. I'm gonna tell you, I almost wanted to pull out my rings when I saw that, because it was just like, wait, it's making me miss my rings. Also, she has come out with obviously the planner lineup, which is consisting of everything that is in the lineup currently that I have shown you. And what else? It was something else. Does she have a new size? Is it A5 Slim? I think A5 Slim is the new size that you can now get in the bound notebooks. So I know a lot of people were really excited about that. I did not see where there were new colors. I did not see that. Oh, I wanted to say that the inserts come in A5 and personal size only. So if you use a B6 rings, if you use anything else, you won't get it, at least for right now. You only get it in personal and A5. But I don't see where here on any of her real, and she still has more to come. Like, let's see, the 17th, she's doing something called the Essentials. I don't know what that is. That's stickers. And then on the 21st, she's doing everything in its place. 8/23 is color theory. So maybe on 8/23, she's going to talk about more color options. Maybe that's it. And then 9/1 is the countdown, and then 9/2 all comes together. So this coming week, she's going to be revealing more things. And I want to say that it will include more colors, which is, let me tell you, very intriguing for me. It's not something that, oh, if I find this awesome color, that it trumps more than the layout of the planner. No, I actually, you know, I plan for functionality. I no longer plan for pretty, because I'm at a time in my life where I don't have time to plan for pretty, you know. So no, it wouldn't, but I'm going to tell you it'd be, I'd have to really think about it, you know, really think about it. So definitely go to Sterling Ink's Instagram page so you can see the reels and see all the things. But this is what I have, and this is what I've been working with, and I have been very pleased with Sterling Ink. And her quality, her shipping, all those things. And this will continue to be a really good contender going into the latter months of this year, and once I have to make a decision. So leave me your thoughts down below on what you think about Sterling Ink, if you are currently using it, if you want to try it, whatever. Let me know, comment down below. But thank you so much for joining me here at Danielle's Desk. If you enjoyed thumbing through my Sterling Ink planners and helping me decide my planners for 2026, please give the video a thumbs up, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.